Hello everyone, welcome to part 29 of the Pokemon Red No Starter Run playthrough. Last part we finished off the Saffron City shit with Team Rocket and Silphco, and now that that's out of the way, we can go to the gym. Um, we can actually also go to all the fucking... I went in the wrong gym. We could also go to all the other places that were closed off, and god damn it, I actually forgot to do that. So, that'll be something I'll have to do when I go back to record. Because as of now, this started a new recording session, and this goes on to part 28, I think. So yeah, I forgot to show off that other stuff. So yeah, I guess I'll just make a mental note to come back here to show off all the other stuff that was blocked off. But you know, the main attraction here is of course the gym, being Sabrina. And like I said, the whole teleporters thing in Silphco transferred over here because that's the gimmick in here. The way it's set up is like there are individual squares, which we're in right now. They usually have I think they each have 4 teleporters in them and a trainer. I think some don't have trainers. But the way it's set up is each of those blocks, like the gym is set up by a 3x3, so there are 9. Sabrina, I think, is in the middle, and that's where you need to get. And there's one specific teleporter you need to take to get there. It's in the top left corner. Once you get there, one of those teleporters is the one. I can't remember if it's the top left teleporter as well or the bottom left teleporter. It's one of the two. But first things first, I'm gonna try to fight all the trainers, and I think the trainers are only on the edges of the 3x3 square, and excluding the where you came in from, because you know there's no trainer there. And I think on the top, in the middle section of the 3x3, where Sabrina is, right above her, I don't think there's a trainer there either. But I mean, I could always, because it's kind of hard to explain, I suppose. I'm doing as best a job I can. I could always put I guess a layout on the screen of what it looks like. Probably could find something on Google Images of the gym layout, just so you guys can get a better idea, because I know explaining the layout like that isn't too easy to understand, you know, but we'll see if one, if I remember to do that, and 2, if I could find it. Should be able to. But yeah, like I said earlier when we were doing the Silphco stuff, this gym is Psychic type. So yeah, you definitely need to bring a high attacker with high special. I was going to say high special defense, but that doesn't exist yet. And I don't really have a Pokemon that fits that category. I thought Dratini would, because Dratini has overall pretty good stats for everything, but wasn't really doing the job. Oh, it's Dragonair, not Dratini. But yeah, if you want to come into this gym using weakness, Ghost has, or not Ghost, Psychic has 2 weakness in Gen 1. I think I might have talked about this a while ago, but just to reiterate, just to have something to talk about. They are Bug and Ghost, and the thing is, both of those types absolutely suck in Gen 1. Ghost type, the only Ghost type is, like I said, Ghastly, Haunter, and Gengar. They also have a second Poison type, meaning they're weak to Psychic. They do have high special and high speed, however, so that's pretty good. They're pretty good Pokemon in terms of stats. But in terms of Ghost type moves that they do, I think only 2 Ghost type moves exist in Gen 1, and I don't know why this person has Ghost type Pokemon, but whatever. Lick and Nightshade. Lick is, I think its base damage is like 20 or 30, and it only, like you know, since that's so low, it does barely any damage. It has a chance of paralysis, but still. And then Nightshade is just a move that does more damage if you're higher level than them. It's one of those moves like Seismic Toss that doesn't have the typing for some reason. Like if you were to use Nightshade on Psychic, it should be super effective, but it's not. I don't know why, but it's not. So the only super effective move in terms of Ghost type is Lick, and that barely does any damage even if it is super effective. So definitely don't recommend coming here with the Ghost type because, you know, Haunter, Gengar, they'll get their shit wrecked here. And Bug type Pokemon, there are, I think, 3 Bug type, either only 3 or 2 Bug type moves. I'm not sure. One I know Beedrill learns. Butterfree doesn't learn any Bug type moves. I don't think Scyther does either, because we caught a Scyther and he's Bug and Flying and he's a good Pokemon, but he doesn't learn any Bug type moves either. But one Beedrill learns, I forget what it's called, but it's exclusive to Beedrill. And the other one, actually, Jolteon learns. It's called Pin Missile. Unfortunately, Jolteon doesn't learn it for a while, and I think it's like level 50 or something like that. Because I learned, well, he is about to learn it during this session. I think maybe next part or something. But I said forget it because I don't really want it. It's not that good of a move. I think it barely does any damage. It's kind of like Fury Attack. If you remember getting like hit by that by like spears or something, it does like, it attacks like maybe 2 to 5 times, and it does like little damage each time. That would be super effective, but since it barely does any damage, you know, it's not worth your time. And the thing with Beedrill is Bug and Poison. So Beedrill has the same problem that Haunter and Gengar do, that being they have the Poison type and they're weak to Psychic. So you see the dilemma there. So if you want to come in here with typing advantage, yeah, it's not going to happen. Your best bet would probably be Jolteon, but yeah, Pin Missile isn't that great anyway, so you're just better off trying to find a high attacker and just pretty much bring your A game. This is where if you're a little under leveled, you might want to level grind a bit, just because you really gotta, in order to beat Sabrina, you really just have to beat her with strong, high-powered Pokemon. Really, you can't really use too much strategies. You might be able to, if you want, maybe set up some light screens, because that will increase your special defense. Well, in this case, just defense to special type moves, since you know she's a Psychic. But it's generally like only Psychic Pokemon that learn that move, so but yeah, it was the bottom left, so just get to that one, and there you go. Here's Sabrina. So yeah, I probably should have level grind Dragonair a bit more, but I guess he'll do. One thing with Dragonair though is his only good move right now is Slam, and Slam's accuracy is 75, so it misses a lot, and that's not good. I try to cut its speed down with Thunder Wave because, you know, the Kadabra or Abra line really is high special and speed, so I at least try to take something away from him. So that'd also be a good strategy if you want, if their speed is really killing you. You could maybe have a Pokemon to paralyze them, then send out like I don't know, your high attacker, like in my case Golem. He's really slow, but his attack is, you know, ridiculous. And since they're slow now, you can pull off your move first. Of course, you would have to wait till probably the Pokemon you used to paralyze fainted, so that way you don't switch him in and then he just gets KO'd. Mr. Mime I already kind of talked about. He's more of a a defense-based Pokemon, both special and regular. And as you see here, he's setting up a lot of the barriers and light screens I was talking about, so it increases the whole party's defense and special defense for I'm guessing 5 turns, don't know. But later on there is a move introduced in Gen 3 that breaks barrier and light screen, called Brick Break. It's a fighting type move though, but still it breaks them if it's getting annoying, but can't really use that to our advantage here. But as you see, I'm just pretty much using everyone I can here, just to whoever can do the job I'll use, you know. Luckily, in red and blue, I think she has a Venomoth. Well, as you can see here, yellow, I'm not sure. I don't remember her having a Venomoth, but you know, it's kind of a gimme if you have a flying or a fire type. So there you go. That's probably the easiest Pokemon to take down is your Venomoth because you can actually use typing. But yeah, go away, Mr. Plane. Now's not a good time. Fuck shit. um, but her obviously best Pokemon is Alakazam. Well, 43 too. So, yikes. Like I said, I tried to use the same strategy I did with Kadabra, which is cut down its speed. Um, Luckily, it's only using a Psywave, which is actually probably a really bad Psychic type move. I think it's like Nightshade, where it only does a certain amount of damage based on levels. And since I mean, yeah, he is 43, which is it does seem pretty like a big level gap, but at the same time, not really. So as you can see, Psywave is barely doing anything to Dragonair, but yeah, I was getting kind of fed up with Dragonair, I suppose. So I guess I want to see how Alakazam would fare, but yeah. As you can see, Psychic didn't do anything. I mean, yeah, that means he can't really do anything to me either, but her Alakazam also knows Recover, so that can also be a pain in the dick. Like I said, I'm just trying to use everybody here to see who can get the job done, because, yeah. And Cloyster definitely can't. I tried to see if I could at least maybe confuse him, get lucky here. And I keep on failing. Luckily, the AI was pretty dumb there and kept on using Recover, even though it was at full health. I guess it's because the AI is programmed to use Recover whenever it's like bad, and since it had paralysis, it was like, oh, Recover. Maybe thinking it could get rid of the paralysis, but it can't. I don't know. Just an assumption. And there we go. So, Jolteon, I guess, out-specialed him. I guess Jolteon's special is just that great. But yeah. So, Sabrina is definitely one of the hardest gym leaders. I think it'd be a safe assumption to say she's the hardest, just because how broken Psychic is in this gen. But just bring a good, well-rounded team. Maybe you want to at least get them to the 40s, and you should be good. She gave us Psywave there, the move she was using with her Alakazam. Like I said, sucks. You're way better off using Psychic or Psybeam, so don't need it, don't want it. But yeah, that's Sabrina, so now we have 6 badges. So what's the next order of business? Well, it would have been to show off the other places, but I forgot. But the next thing on our list to do is to, now that we have Surf, there's a whole other section of Kanto in the south that we can explore because it's all water. So we could fight a lot of trainers there, get water Pokemon if you want, if you don't have a water Pokemon already, but you actually need a water Pokemon to Surf. So I don't know, get a better water Pokemon if you want to. And then if you see that little island on the bottom left, that's the 7th badge at Cinnabar Island. If you remember me talking about it way back when we were in Pewter. That's where the Pokemon Lab is, so we could restore our fossils. So, first order of business, I'm actually going to take Route 19, which is below Fuchsia, just to show it off. That leads to, I think, Route 19 and 20. And then we'll get to a certain island we actually can't. Well, we could explore it if we wanted to, but I'll show it off at the end of the game. And after that, if you really just want to go straight to Cinnabar Island, the real way to get there is just taking you just surf south of Palatown. So yeah. So now I just got ducks here so we could fly. And like I said, first thing I'm gonna do is go to Fuchsia, and surf south on Route 19, just to show off the trainers, because gotta get those trainer battles in, and I guess I can explain some surfing mechanics. Luckily, the surfing isn't too bad. Surfing is generally something I'm not fond of, and I'll explain more why once you can see for yourself. But the real offender of surfing is Gen 3, and oh man, if I went into it, I don't know. It just kind of I'll talk about it or bring it up once I do Gen 3, because I want to have something to talk about when I do that game. But yeah, here we are on Route 19. There are two trainers here right away, and then after that you can surf in that water, obviously below. In terms of Pokemon you could catch, because you could when you're surfing, you can actually run into a wild Pokemon. I'm not sure if it's all routes or all water, but when you're just surfing regularly, the only Pokemon you can encounter, at least on this route, is Tentacruel, which is why the joke Tentacruel is the Zubat of the sea, because when you're surfing, all you do is run into Tentacruel left and right. So, yeah. In terms of fishing, because you could fish while you're surfing, I don't know if I've ever demonstrated it, but yeah, if you're surfing, you just fish, and there you go. You get like Poliwags, Goldeen, Tentacruels as well, Shelders, Horsey, Goldeen again. That's of course a Super Rod this time instead of good. Staryus, which is pretty cool. Misty had one. And Yellow, you can actually catch a Tentacruel, which is the evolution of Tentacool. We'll be seeing that though with all these water trainers, because they have a lot of water type Pokemon. So the water, when you surf, is actually a really good place to level up like grass type Pokemon or electric type Pokemon, because they're all water trainers and just use water Pokemon. So I'm just gonna be using Jolteon this whole time. He's gonna get a huge level boost, but it doesn't matter. I'll level grind everyone else back up to where he is. But yeah, that's the end of the part. And next part will be, like I said, exploring the sea routes, and I think by the end of the part, getting to Cinnabar Island. So yeah, I'll see you guys then. Take care.